the way that I grow up, the way that I grow up, and the way that as I said before, I understood the world, and my first encounter with music, the first, memories with music, always have been different. Imagine that I never grew up with the idea to become famous or to become a professional musician or to become a composer. I mean, all those things, they didn't have anything. I mean, no meaning to me. They still don't have now. But through the years, I had to do certain things in order to get somewhere and to have the facilities to do some more. Because when you grow up as a concert pianist or a singer or, a rock and roll guitarist or something like that, you don't need much. But if you go through the direction and the way that I'm doing things today, you need a lot of technology. You need your own studio. You need a lot of things. So in order to obtain and to do all that, I had to go through this music industry, which it was not the best thing for me. And I had to play the game. And to go through this music industry and you had to be successful. You have to be successful. You have to sell records. You have to, because this is the only thing this is what they're looking for. I mean, they're looking sales. And they're looking to have people to be able to sell and to be successful and to become stars, whatever stars they are. And that was a very difficult thing for me all my life, because I never play the game. I play maybe at 10–20%, but not 100% the game, which is not a very good thing for this game itself. Then, and maybe, fortunately or unfortunately, maybe I had facility to write things that we call it hits. And these hits maybe gave me the opportunity, in one hand, to get the technology and the materials and the studios I needed to build all those things. But on the other hand, it's been my biggest obstacle, because I couldn't create and I couldn't do the things I wanted to do since my childhood. I never been a good a pop star. I never been, the type of the Vangelis that they try to sell the record companies. That has been always my biggest problem. I was promoted in a different way from the one I am, really. Not because I'm not the other one, because I was doing it, but I was doing it not because that was my primary decision, is because I had to do it. Otherwise, I couldn't. Through the electronic field, I couldn't buy, all the synthesizers, and I couldn't, equip my studio with the latest technology, and I keep doing it until now, which is, a big thing. So I had to find the funding, which I always did myself, in order to create all those kind of things. And then that deprived me of another big, very important thing, which is to create out of that, or maybe to do other things. And then something else, that when you work in that field, and if you have the chance or the misfortune to be successful, then you have to repeat yourself. This is another thing that I was trying not to do, and that's why in record companies they always say that I'm very difficult, and I'm and all that stories. I'm not difficult, but I could never follow this product kind of destiny hard to do, to repeat myself and to be, you know, a soft drink or a hard drink or, you know, a chocolate cake or something like that, the same, you know, fast food or whatever, you know, to repeat doing exactly the same thing, but I had to do it. And, you know, sometimes I still do it, but I mean, I can't say I'm very happy. But again, maybe what pushed the people to do that is because since day one, I create some quite big hits. So that was really the good and the bad thing.